Welcome to the 100th episode of the Airgun Show. We're offering you the chance to win a prize bundle worth more than £500 to mark the occasion, but more about that at the end. In the meantime, I'm out targeting grey squirrels on a cold morning, and we've got a roundup of new airguns and gear from IWA 2018 in Nuremberg. Right, I'm out on an early morning session. The woods here are managed as a pheasant shoot, and consequently there are plenty of these feeders. Now, these things are loaded with grain and consequently attract a lot of grey squirrels. Now, squirrels will never turn down an easy meal like this. So my plan for today is to keep it simple. I'm not even going to mess about building a hide, and try and intercept squirrels as they turn up at these feeders to hopefully have their first feed of the day. Now, I've made too much noise around this one for it to produce the goods, so we'll head off, find another, and hopefully bag a few greys. The wind is really blowing today, but it shouldn't cause any serious problems. I've got a spot in mind that should keep us out of the worst of it, and the din it's making as it rattles through the branches should help to mask the unavoidable noise that we're going to create. Right, I've chosen a spot that puts me about 25 metres from a feeder. Now, the good news at this time of year is since the pheasant shooting finished, the keeper is running less feeders, so there are fewer and fewer of them, and that means fewer feeding opportunities for the squirrels. So the ones that are remaining should be getting a lot more attention. Now, apart from putting me within clear view of that feeder, this area offers me a little bit of cover in the form of the backdrop of these trees. As I said earlier, I'm not going to worry about building a hide. Concealment will just come from keeping still and keeping as quiet as we can. With such a simple approach, my preparations don't involve much more than taking the sling off my gun and, of course, putting on my head net. My expectation is that squirrels will be so distracted by the grain that we won't need a hide to go undetected by them, but it's always worth covering up your face if you can. Right, a quick word about the conditions now. It is quite a breezy day today, so I've chosen a spot that puts us down in a gully just to give us a little bit more shelter, and also because I'm hoping to be targeting those squirrels at the feeder, they're going to be on the ground rather than up in the treetops that might be getting blown around, offering me very difficult shots. Now, it's also quite a cold morning. The forecast is for sunshine and showers. Now, the spot I've picked puts us in decent shade. If the sun does come out, we should still be quite well concealed. We've got a lot of ivy-clad trees around us and also a few pines, so I'm happy that we will still be out of sight if the sun does poke out. And in fact, I hope it will, because a bit of warmth should help to get those squirrels moving. There's nothing more that I can do now, other than sit back and enjoy the tranquility of the early morning woods. I've got every confidence in the tried and tested gear that I've kitted myself out with for this session. I just hope that I'll get a chance to put it to use. Sure enough, the grain feeder soon works its magic, and we don't have to wait too long for the first squirrel of the day to put in an appearance. On top of the feeder, mate. first I saw of that one, it was already right on top of the feeder. Really good whack to the head. It's died on top of there and it's settled there, it hasn't flipped off. I'm going to leave it for now. It doesn't usually bother other squirrels, so we'll just see how it goes.
And so the stakeout continues. Waiting in ambush like this does take a bit of patience, but watching the woodland wildlife certainly helps to pass the time.
What an amazing sight. Now, to give you some idea of how close that was, that feeder's about 25 metres away, and the deer came through significantly closer than that. Just goes to show how well concealed we are, as long as we keep still and relatively quiet.
I keep my eyes peeled for squirrels approaching through the treetops or along the ground, but something is putting them on edge. It appears that the dead one on the feeder is alarming them more than I'd expected. The only option is to deal with it and hope that the disturbance doesn't do more harm than good.
I don't usually like having to break cover once we've settled in, but a moment ago we had a squirrel. It was approaching the feeder. Looked like it saw the dead one and bolted away. Now, as I said earlier, they don't usually seem to mind, but that one did seem to be spooked, so I've just gone out, retrieved that squirrel, got it off the feeder. Hopefully that will improve our chances.
The decision to retrieve the dead squirrel doesn't appear to have done any harm, and a short while later, another diner shows up at the feeder. I can't get the angle I want while the squirrel is attacking the feeder, but it soon clambers across and into a spot where it offers me a clear shot at its head.
And there's another one. That one came in, it had a quick look at the feeder, but then scurried on up a few feet off of the ground. Now, I lingered for a while to see whether it was going to go up onto the top of the feeder or come back down onto the ground, but after a bit of a wait it seemed very settled there. So I went ahead, took the shot, hit it very cleanly in the head. It dangled for a while like the classic headshot squirrel usually does, flopped down, and I can see it's stone dead, literally just a couple of feet from where it fell.
I really don't want to cause more disturbance than I have to, so I'm going to leave that squirrel where it dropped and wait to see how others react to it. And this time the reaction to the dead squirrel is somewhat different. The latest arrival has come straight in to feed before clambering on top of the hopper. It seems reluctant to come back down, but that's not a problem as it offers me a very clear shot right where it is.
That one was having a hell of a go at the feeder, but initially it wasn't offering the sort of clear shot that I wanted, so I just sat tight and eventually it clambered right on top of the feeder, offered me that nice clear shot. Now, looking at the way it bled out on the feeder, it looked like I caught it right in the eye, so that one really was lights out.
The morning is wearing on now and I'm starting to feel very hungry, but I'm hoping to see at least one more hungry squirrel before I head for home. It turned out to be quite a wait before this one put in an appearance, but I do eventually get a chance to boost the bag up to 4.
And that was another one that was absolutely intent on filling its belly. And again, it wasn't really offering the shot that I wanted, but when squirrels are confident at the feeder like this, there's absolutely no point at all in taking rushed shots. If you bide your time, they should eventually move to exactly where you want them. Well, it's gone quiet now, so I reckon we've probably had our lot from here for today. But to be fair, 4 squirrels from a single feeder in a relatively short session, I've got to be happy with that. Although I'm sure there are plenty left for another day. Now, this has been a pre-breakfast session, and we're both absolutely starving now. So we're going to leave the feeder and head home for a feed of our own. The grain feeder's proving their worth as a squirrel magnet once more there. And now it's the Airgun Show news and a special roundup from IWA 2018.
This is the Airgun Show news. This year's 4-day IWA Outdoor Classics show in Nuremberg featured more than 1,500 exhibitors showcasing the latest developments in shooting hardware and accessories. As ever, the airgun industry was out in force. Here are just some of the highlights. News from the gunpowder stand is that Theoben is set for a serious comeback. The business has been working closely with Air Force Airguns, which now owns the Theoben brand, and confirmed that gunsmith Martin Rutherford of Rapid Air Weapons would still be involved with the operation.
I'm John McCaslin with Air Force Airguns. I'm here at the gunpowder booth, and we're happy to show you a new version of the Theoben Rapid. We're also getting ready to come out with more Rapid Air Weapons guns. We're in the middle of bringing them into Europe in bigger quantities at the quality level everybody's used to seeing.
Cometa unveiled new regulated versions of the entire Orion range. Designed by lane regulators, the new component will improve shot-to-shot consistency and significantly increase the total number of shots per fill. A retrofit kit will also be available.
Many customers are asking about a regulated Orion. Then we decide to show and produce regulators for all Orion version. Okay, here you can see now we have 2 manometers. In this one you can see the regulated pressure, and in the front side, okay, you can see the total pressure of the tank. Okay. We are offering the possibility to order regulated version, and also we are offering a special kit to mount in a Orion.
H&N was showing off some hard-hitting heavyweight pellets for high-powered airguns. If the 46.3 grain Barracuda .30 isn't hefty enough, there's even a .35 version which tips the scales at a mighty 81.02 grains. And for the plinkers, H&N's Dust Devils are designed to shatter on impact to eliminate the risk of ricochet. Made from a magnetic compound, the lightweight 4.35 grain BBs are also very fast through the air. Air pistols are currently enjoying a massive surge in popularity, and Umarex's new Glock 17 looks set to be a winner. The fist-sized CO2 plinking pistol fires 177 pellets or BBs and is supplied with 3 8-shot rotary magazines and a case. Features include blowback action, rifled barrel and a metal slide. Brocock used the show to unveil the eye-catching new Commander. The tactical air rifle is kitted out with a humour regulator, numerous Picatinny accessory rails and an interchangeable drop-down pistol grip. Built around a side lever action with the proven slingshot hammer and valve system, and available in highlight and steel buddy bottle versions and with synthetic or Cerakote options, the Commander has a shrouded barrel with muzzle break as standard.
Throughout many countries, this is going to be a takedown rifle. So simple, press, fold, and there's a takedown. In the UK, Unfortunately, due to laws, this won't be a takedown rifle, it'll be a fixed stock. So we have the two options, a fixed stock or the takedown rifle worldwide. The muzzle brake at the end will be standard on all models. Comes in 177, 22 and 25 calibers with a 22 shot count of around 500 shots, and a 25, that's in sub 12, and a 25 in 44 pounds, around 45 shots. So good shot count of the gun. Prices start with the steel bottle and synthetic stock from £999. I said should be in the shops mid to late May.
Just around the corner from the Brocock range, we got to see the latest incarnation of the Daystate Renegade HR.
So as you know, we launched the Renegade HR in January this year. This is a new concept of what we'll be launching later this year. Again, it's the Renegade HR, so you'll see at the front we have the regulator gauge, Cerakote, but the major difference is the Picatinny rail. So we've changed the railing system to the Picatinny on this gun. Everything exactly the same as the Renegade that you know and love, but now with Picatinny rails and Cerakote as standard. You should see this in the shops in the middle to end of July.
Airgun technology took the wraps off the Vulcan 2, which sees big changes from the original model. The revamped version has a longer barrel and greater cylinder capacity to deliver even more shots per fill, and for power-hungry FAC shooters, there's a .30 version churning out 120 foot-pounds. The side lever action bullpup has a new trigger and safety catch and uprated aluminium magazine. Available options include synthetic, laminate and walnut stock, and a tactical version with adjustable cheek piece. Highland Outdoors unveiled several new telescopic sights from Nikko Stirling. Among them was the Diamond FFP, a first focal plane optic with a choice of either 30 or 34mm tube for improved light transmission. Well suited to airgun use, the FFP has side parallax adjustment down to 10 metres, multi-coated lenses and lockable target turrets. Options include 4:16 and 16:24 times magnification, and a choice of glass-etched reticle designs, plus illuminated variants. That was the Airgun Show news.
That's all for this week, but before you go, more on our 100th episode competition. We've got an Umarex plinking combo, an MTC Rapier Rangefinder, a Ridgeline jacket, a set of SportsMatch mounts, and a BASC goodie bag up for grabs. All you need to do to take part is click on the competition link here. And, as ever, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, have a look at their website and check out the benefits you could be taking advantage of through Airgun membership.